Hey, hi, welcome to the series of automotive sessions. I'm Tota Krishna Hema, your automotive expert. So today we would like to discuss about engine control module ECM or engine control unit ECU. Okay, and here it is in first picture you can see the engine control module for Audi vehicle which is made by Bosch. And how does the engine works? So engine is like with the combustion of fuel, like it converts the heat energy into the kinetic energy by moving a crankshaft. So this is how the entire vehicle will move forward. Okay, and this particular ECU controls a particular features which requires a few inputs from the sensors, and it will control and monitor few more things, and interoperability will be there with the other ECUs also. These concepts will be discussed in this further video. So this video is made as part of Marshmoto videos. Let us get into the details of this concept. How this ECM works. So for any combustion to happen, we need two different things, fuel and oxygen. So fuel is down, it is represented fuel tank. From the fuel tank you will have a pump which pumps the fuel towards the combustion or ignition. So the fuel pump, on top of fuel pump you will have a filter to filter out all the impurities from the fuel, and you will have a fuel pressure sensor. Okay, and through this fuel pressure sensor will observe, and our ECM or ECU will monitor and adjust the fuel pressure, and it will send the fuel to a fuel injector. And uh, we have air is coming through a throttle. So throttle position sensor will be there, like to adjust the throttle position in order to control the airflow, or control the efficiency to use the fuel properly, or efficiently. And air pressure sense or airflow pressure sensor is also there. And then this air and fuel will mix together, and a spark plug is there. And in spark, so through spark plug a spark will be generated, and these two things will get combined with each other, and here it will generate a heat energy. So the spark plug, how it works is through ignition coil. So ignition coil will give a spark, give a proper energy to generate a spark, and here the combustion happens. So after combustion happens, the heat energy will get converted into the mechanical energy by moving, the heat will move the crank wheel or the crankshaft. Okay, this crankshaft, so if the based on the heat energy generates, so the crankshaft speed will be there. So we will have a, on top of crankshaft you have a crankshaft speed sensor is also there, and you will have a knock sensor, and you will have a temperature sensor, and you will have oxygen sensor. Oxygen sensors are before a catalytic converter and after catalytic converter, and you will have an exhaust at the final stage. So what are the features in ECM? So what are the things it controls, what all it monitors, and what all it actually works. So the thing is, like, it controls the air fuel ratio, it controls the idle speed, it controls variable valve timing, electronic valve control, anti-lag system to reduce turbo lag, and gear control or transmission control unit. So it's called TCU, transmission control unit, which is also called as gearbox control unit, GCU. So you will have ignition timing, you will have launch control. Launch control is nothing but to accelerate from standing start. So in the initial stage of the vehicle, when you start ignition kind of. And fuel pressure regulator, and you will have a rev limiter that is called revolution per minute, that RPM controller. You will have staged fuel injection, and waste gate control, or flow of exhaust gases will be there. So these are the additional features, like you will have transient fueling. So tells the ECU to add a specific amount of fuel when throttle is applied. This is also called acceleration enrichment. So the next thing is variable cam timing, or variable cam shaft timing, which is also called VCT. VCT, what does it do is allows more optimum engine performance. So by reducing emissions and increasing the fuel efficiency compared to engines with fixed camshafts. And water temperature correction. This is and allows the additional fuel to be added when the engine is cold. So such as in winter, cold season doesn't allow your car to start, right? So when that is the situation, or when the season is dangerously hot, this allows this particular water temperature correction allows the cylinder to let it cool down. So next thing is sensors in ECM. Sensors is, first thing is MAP. MAP is manifold absolute pressure, that is the pressure inside the internal combustion engine. IAT is intake air temperature. MAF is mass of air flow, and CKP is crankshaft position. CMP is camshaft position. ECT is engine coolant temperature, and O2 is oxygen sensor, and TP is throttle position. VSS is vehicle speed sensor. NOx sensor you have, and APP is acceleration pedal position. Then the refrigerant sensor. So what all the inputs it needs? So it needs engine position. Engine position, like what is the crank angle, or the cam angle, okay? And what is the demand, like what acceleration pedal position, and steering angle it requires demand. What about the next thing is thermal. Thermal is it will have the coolant like water, air temperature, these all things. Okay, and load is mass, airflow, or manifold pressure, emission, exhaust, oxygen, or pressure. And safety is knock detection or oil pressure. And integration, OEM CAN bus integration, like this info need to be communicated with other ECUs also. So what are the ECUs it communicate with, that is discussed as a part of interoperability in the further slides. ECM requires two different reference data. One is calibration, the other thing is map. So what is calibration? So you will correct your watch time with respect to the standard time which is shown in Google, right? So similarly, that is standard time, universal time, okay? So the same way, you have to correct the sensors which measures the temperature, or the pressures. These all things we need to calibrate time to time, so in order to avoid errors. What are the outputs of ECM? So the outputs of ECM are fuel is fuel injector or fuel pump, ignition is glow pump or spark ignition coil, auxiliary is example is turbocharger or throttle position, phase is camshaft position, ancillaries are alternator or emission valve. So with this we have seen like what are the inputs of ECM, what is the output of the ECM, and what are the references it requires. So now we would like to get to know like what this ECM with what all other ECUs it communicate with. So it is discussed in the next slide in interoperability. So what about interoperability? The ECM communicates with other ECUs. The first thing is safety. Safety is anti-lock braking system, ABS, or a stability control module. It communicates with. And for environment, it will communicate with air conditioning or vehicle heating. And for instrumentation, you will have instrumentation cluster or instrument cluster. Security, you will have anti-theft. And diagnostics, you have monitoring, logging, OBD, and DTC, etc. And the comms, you have software updates or tuning. So with this, I have completed this concept. So if you want further more automotive concepts, like subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, click on the like button. Thank you.